Hello all. I hope all of you are doing good. So let's continue our today's topic. So it's SAP landscapes. So what is a landscape first? A landscape is an arrangement of the servers. So there is a process through which the configuration or be it any changes which has to be made moved from one server to another server. So suppose there are three servers. One is development, one is quality, and one is production. So in development, we as a consultant will do the configurational changes, or a technical consultant will do the customization changes. He'll write a code or will create something or will do some changes in the existing codes. Then in the another client, suppose a development server will have two clients. So one is the golden client where he'll be configuring all those things, and the second client would be for the testing. So a development server will always have two kinds, and then the configured data, whatever we have configured, it will be imported to the quality server for the UAT testing. So now question comes, what is the UAT testing? UAT is nothing but user acceptance testing. So once we have created something, once we have configured something, it has to be tested. So by the consultant, it will be tested in the development server and it will be then sent to the quality server for the users testing. So once the users testing is done, we can then move it into the production server, which is the live server. So there are three server mainly, but it also depends on the on your customer. They might have the sandbox or called the pre-production server. This is the optional one. In few of the projects, you will get the pre-production server. This is a server where even before making a change or before taking the data to the production server, the configuration will first go to the pre-production server to check one more time, and then it will go to the production server. Pre-production server is nothing but a copy of the production server. Yeah, so we have talked about the different servers now. So what it is used for? What are the uses for this? So development server will be used to configure the client business processes into the SAP, which a consultant will do. Quality server will always be used to test the configured scenarios by the client. So we can also do the testings on behalf of them if it is required. Production server is the live server where all the transactions, the real-time transactions, will must be happening time. So I have given the SAP landscape downside. If you can see the image, so in development server, suppose there are two clients. One is 100, one is 110. In quality, it might have the two clients also. In production, there will always be a one client. Then coming to the transport request. What is transport request? So since we are talking about the configured data to be moved from one server to another server, then to finally to production, so then there itself the transport request concepts comes in. So what are the transport requests? Transport requests are nothing but to take the data from one server to another server, there is one request transport request number generates. So whatever data we have saved into that transport request, whatever changes we have saved into that transport request, that changes only will move to the another server. So there are two types of transport requests: customizing request and workbench request. So customizing request, what is the customizing request? Customizing requests are the client dependent requests. So even if you are doing in a golden client of the development server, you will have to move that configuration into the another client of your same server. Yeah, so it always will be client dependent, whereas workbench request is mainly created by the technical consultants, which is a client independent server. So whatever development takes place, it will be stored in the develop workbench request. And let's suppose we have created in the golden client in development. Let's suppose 100 client is there, and we have created one workbench request in the client 100 in development server. There is no need to move it to 110, the another client of the development server. The changes will be reflected in both of the client. So this is the workbench request. So here, if we can see the request type, customizing request, and the workbench requests are there. We'll come later to these transports of copies, TOC, and the relocations. So this is some few images which where you can see the transport requests are being generated. This is MAHK901856. It depends on the system. Whatever number it can be generated, it has to be stored. All the data, whatever we have configured, has to be stored in this particular request. Then only we can get it moved to the another server. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. And we'll come up with the next video very soon. Stay tuned. Thank you.